on to the next room. Yeah. Welcome to the next row. From the field on my way to the next row. Welcome to the next row.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of The Next Row Show. And I'm your host, Vernon Davis. Today, I have an amazing guest. This guest is someone I've been waiting for. I've been waiting to get this lady on, and it's taken me a while, but she's finally here. Please welcome my grandmother, Adeline Davis. And the crowd goes wild. Miss Davis, I gotta ask you, when people hear your name, what do you want them to think about?
I want them to think about there's a person that's really nice, kind, friendly.
What else? Is there anything else in there?
And that I'm a loving kind of person, easy to love and easy to be loved.
How do you describe your life in in a few words? How do you describe your life?
I would describe my life in one word as being completely happy.
Completely happy. I like that.
Yeah.
And I know from firsthand experience, what's that like? You know, what's that all about when it comes to just being happy? Because you've shown that you've been a true example of, what it means to truly be happy. And one question I want to ask you is that
Get my phone, Savannah.
what has been a driving force behind your life? Like, how have you been able to do everything that you've done, from taking care of kids to just making sure that every morning when you wake up that you're being a true example of what it takes to be a leader and be someone that everyone follows?
Okay, in order to be a leader, you have to start off being a follower before you can make a good leader. And one of the things that I learned, following your parents, your grandparents, your aunts, uncles, everyone that will teach you in the way to go, the right way to go. So in order, when you learn how to follow them, then you can make a good leader. So that's how I learned to be a good leader. I follow my parents, grandparents, aunts, and when time comes for me to be a good leader, to lead my family, I was able to do so.
Did you grow up in a church?
Yes, I grew up going to church, but I fell out.
But do you feel like church has been a huge part of your life? Like,
It is.
okay? And is it a reason why you've gotten to where you are in life?
Trusting and believing in God. That he was always on my side, but at a time I had left him. He didn't leave me. I had left God, went on my own, trying to make it, but I learned that I couldn't do it without him. So I had to come back to him.
No, that's amazing, because God is God, and you've taught me that to put God first, because He's the one
Everything,
that
all the
will
time,
provide
all the
everything for
time.
me. Exactly. And if you had to, like, just sum up everything, like, what was your life like growing up as a kid?
Well, at the time I thought it was rough because I grew up in a place that didn't have no electric, no inside bathroom, no inside water. So I thought it was rough at the time that I was growing up. But all the time we was happy, although we didn't have them things. But we had a lot of love. The family had a lot of love between us. So after getting grown and looking back, I really did like growing up that way, because it learned me now how to appreciate the things that I have now. Yep, so that's the way I grew up. I thought it was, but then when I look back, that was really because we had a lot of love. And for some reason, the people that's not into Christ, they don't have a lot of love now. They just think about themselves and go.
And you talk about appreciating the things that you have now. What can you tell everyone about being happy? Because one thing you've always said, you said, be happy for the little things and the bigger things will come.
That's right. That's right. That's what I said. I said well, If you're not happy for the little thing, how can you handle the big thing? So you got to be happy for the little thing, appreciate the little thing, and accept the little thing. And then this way, God can reward you more openly with the big things to handle.
And why do you think people don't follow that? Because a lot of people they always want that big thing right away. Why is
That's
that?
right. Well, like I always tell you, you have to start at the bottom and get to the top. Don't start at the top and fall to the bottom. Start at the bottom and crawl to the top. And there's a lot of people want this stuff, but a lot of people don't understand how to get this stuff, and a lot of people don't want to work to get there. They want it to be hanged over to them.
They want to be head out to. And what are
That's
some of the biggest challenges you had to face as a kid growing up?
Well, I think the first biggest one I had to face was when I lost my grandfather. I think that's the first biggest one that I had to face, the first one. And the second one, I think, was when I lost my mother. Because I was young then. And when you're young, you don't understand everything like you do when you get grown. You go through and wonder, why this happened? Why this happened? Why it happened to us? Why it happened to me? But that was my first losing my grandfather.
And how did that was he the first person you ever lost that was close to you?
Am I knowing? Yes. Yes. He was the first of my knowing growing up.
So did your mother and father raise you or your grandparents raise you?
My grandparents raised me. What happened, I was with my mother, but then my grandfather, he was scared of the dog, so he raised baby chickens. So I love to go outside. So I would go with him at night to feed the baby chicken, check on the baby chicken. So then my grandmother came there because they already had my older sister that was living with them. So she came there and ended up picking me up and right back with them. So they raised me and my older sister.
So what's the difference? And you grew up what city and you grew up in South Virginia, right? Southern side of Virginia.
Well, it's a place called Halifax, Canada. It's about like 60 miles from Lynchburg, Virginia. And our little city that we live, we call it Nathley, Virginia.
Do you find that it's more difficult growing up the way you grew up as a kid in the South, well in the country, I should say, versus growing up in the city?
Oh, the country. So many of these kids need that country life that I had. So many of them. Well, when I was growing up, we so fun in the country. I only think I seen the police about twice passing by when I was growing up. And then there's so many of these parents now that want to be the kids' friends. I'm gonna cut it short. Just want to be the kids' friend, and so many of them is getting by with so many different things because it's everything. They walk in, they hit the light is on, they have schoolwork to do. They hit a computer, no pencil, books in their hands and mind. So it's so much easier and gives them so much time on their hand that they just want to do this and do that.
Are there any lessons that your grandparents taught you that still follow you today?
Yes, a lot of lessons growing up. With my grandfather, whether you believe it or not, he couldn't read because he said he came out of school in third grade, but he knew the Bible. He told us a lot of stuff from the Bible. And with growing up, when we listened to him, but then after I started getting grown, I wonder how he knew this stuff and couldn't read. But as I got older and got grown and got more into Christ, then I could understand how he knew this stuff. And so that's what I feel that we gonna just have to, stand, do all the right thing, keep talking, telling these kids and we got some grown ups that don't want to listen. But you can tell each and every child that listen to their parents. You can
And
tell them.
how's that? How can you tell the kids that listen to their parents versus the kids who don't?
Okay, I'm gonna give you an example, and then I'm gonna get back to this. Maybe about a few years ago, I was walking to the store, and I saw these three boys coming from the store, Oh, and he was saying to her, the boy was saying in and everything that he could say or think of. I kept right on walking. And one of these little boys, of them two boys, turned and looked at me. He said, Miss, that's not me. I'm sorry for the way that I could tell then that the parents were doing a good job.
So, Ma, I was asking you, what lessons what lessons did your grandparents teach you that still follow you today?
Ooh, there's so many of them. Let's see, can I find one or two that I can remember that my grandparents. Oh, the tongue that you have in your mind, and that's one of the main lessons that I follow. That he said that one little tongue, and the example that he gave us, that he gave me, he said that tongue that you have in your mouth. He said, with this little boy, uh, grandmother got sick, and she told him go to the store and tell the man to send him her the best thing he has in the store. The old man picked up a tongue, and gave it to him. He ran home, gave it to his grandmother. The grandmother said, "Oh, this is the best thing he had this tongue." He said, "Yes." She said, "But go tell him to send me the worst thing that he had." He ran back to the stove. The man gave him another tongue. He ran back home with that tongue, and the grandmother said, "Another tongue?" He said, "Yes, grandma, what?" She said, "Son, you can take this tongue and make it be the best thing in the world for you, or you can take this tongue and get you killed." So that's one of the lessons that I learned from him. Always know how to use your tongue in your mind, what to say and how to say it. And so what else that he taught me is
So that's like
always
going back.
be.
So that's like saying the difference between life and death is in the power of the tongue. Is that safe to say?
That's exactly right. That's exactly right.
And that's huge too, because a lot of people find themselves in a lot of different situations, well, unfortunate situations based on how they talk to people. And that's one thing I always tell my kids, and that's one thing you always taught us, is to always be kind to others. Even if you're having the worst day of your life, you can still talk
That's
nicely, speak nicely to people. You know what I mean?
yes,
Because
I do.
that is a huge difference. You know, you always be kind, take your time, and also going back to if you're angry, you know what you say in your relationships with your significant other or your siblings. Always take your time when you're angry. Just think before you
That's
respond.
right. Because the more wood you put on the fire, the bigger the fire you get. And you remember, I always told y'all too. I said, if you see a drunk laying there on the street, don't kick him down or kick at him or laugh at him. I said, always speak, even though he drunk and may not hear you. But one day you don't know that drunk ain't gonna get up and say, come to you and say, young man, said, I was laying that drunk, but I still heard you and how nice you were to me. And said, now I got this, I'm doing this, now what can I do to help you? We never know who's gonna have to help us.
No, absolutely, and that's very very powerful. And before early on, you spoke about your grandfather. You said you couldn't figure out how he knew what he knew. Is it safe to say that wisdom is more powerful than education?
Yes, if you know how to use it. If you know how to use it. Because I'm gonna tell you about that now. I had a cousin, and he didn't finish school either. He was the older guy, and he didn't finish school. But we always talked about this. He called me every day. We always talked about this. And I told him, you can find a person that goes to college and be in college and don't have common sense and don't and want to be in control of everything and don't want to listen and find someone out here with common sense, which it was my cousin, would get a better job and stay on the job longer than this person that finished college, went through college, and then had this attitude problem. So that's why I said that we have to, this wisdom, it really teaches us as we listen to it. We got to listen to it and understand it.
And how do you gain wisdom? Where does that come from?
It comes from understanding, learning as you go along, as you make mistakes, you learn from them, from your mistake. As you read a lot, you learn from it. In different ways that you get win this wisdom by understanding it also. Is reading and listen to other people, older people talk, being around older people. That's what it grows.
So basically, experience,
Yes.
time,
Yes.
and surrounding yourself with like-minded people and people who have been through things that you have not been through.
And things that you have been through yourself.
So combination of all those different things. No, that's
Yes.
extremely powerful, and yeah, that's very powerful. And I thank you for confirming that. A lot of people who don't understand, they can listen to you with wisdom. I mean, you're 80 something years old, and you don't look 80 years old. And
Well, thank you, sir.
excuse me for giving your age,
Okay.
but that people need to understand that you've been around for a long time, and give you your flowers and applaud you for giving us the information that you're giving us. I mean, it costs a lot of money to get this kind of information.
Well, thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
You're absolutely right. And look, you've raised not only your kids, but you've also raised 7 grandchildren, right?
Yes. Right.
Did you ever imagine your life would unfold the way it has?
No. No, I didn't. I didn't. But not only I raised my kids and 7 grandkids, I had other kids that I also raised too. But no, I didn't think my life would unfold like this. I always just prayed and asked God to let me keep my head above the water and have a good life. And I thank God that that's what He's doing. And I thank Him every day, every night. I thank Him. Walk through the house a lot of time and thank Him, because I had to give some credit to you all, you and your brother, Vontae, helped unfold my life.
And when you say me, you say Vontae and I helped unfold your life. You say that because we got drafted. Vontae, I got drafted in the first round. Vontae got drafted in the first round, and
Yes,
it's not every day that we see that. That's something that's not common for two
that's
brothers
right.
drafted in the
That's
first
right.
round. So we did it, and that's mostly because of how we were raised. We were raised to succeed. You set us up
That's
for
right.
success,
Right.
right? So
Right.
how did that feel when you first you had me and then Vontae came around after Vontae got drafted? How did that feel? What was that feeling?
Well, I didn't want you to play football. You know that. I didn't care about no football. I just wanted you to have a 9 to 5 job, go to work in the morning, come home at night. I did not want you to play no football. But you told me when we were in the Dunbar and you told me would I sign a paper for you to play football. I said no. You said, please, Mom. I said no. You said, I don't play football, I just play around with it. I said, okay, I signed the paper. So you played around with it. But I supported you, although I didn't want you to play, but I still supported you and stood behind you because that's what you want. And I want you to encourage you to do what you want.
But and with that, you didn't expect you wanted to encourage me to do what I want, but after it all happened, I got drafted and Devontae came along. What did that feel like to you?
I felt a little nervous. I felt a little scared. I'm going to tell you the truth. I felt a little nervous and I felt a little scared, but I just stayed in prayer and just praying, that He'll protect y'all because I worried about y'all getting hurt. And I didn't ever look at y'all games because I didn't want to see y'all get hurt because I would hurt. It would hurt me to see that you and Vontae would get hurt. So I just kind of laid low and just stayed praying for y'all.
But did you feel rich? Did you feel like you made it? Did you feel like, hey, I got all this money and I'm gonna buy me a boat, I'm gonna buy a car, I'm gonna buy a big house?
No, as I sit here and tell you this, as I sit here and tell you this, and if you pray and ask God to show you, I always told God, I never want to be a millionaire. Never want to be a millionaire. I said, Lord, just let me keep my head above the water and make it. But I never want to be a millionaire. Never. But then when I had to go down town because of you all one day, signing some papers, to receive y'all completely in my home. And this guy, he wasn't a judge, but I forgot what you call him. He walked in there, he saw me, he jumped back. And he said, I see money all over you. I see money all. I said, I don't want to be a millionaire. He said, no, I'm telling you, this of God. He said, you never see me no more. I'm telling you. This is for y'all grown up. He said, I'm telling you. I said, well, I never want, he said, I don't know if you, I said, I can see you at the Safeway. I can see you walking. He said, you're right. He said, but you listen. He said, I see money all over you. And you and Vontae growed up and you made money. Hmm.
That's amazing. Now, did you so when that happened, did you feel like your life changed? So going from where you came from, like you grew up cleaning homes, like you didn't
Yes,
grow up cleaning homes, but that's what you did for a living.
right.
Like that was a
And
total.
babysitting people to go to, for the family to go to town to different parts of the world. I stayed in a home and kept up kids too.
But did you feel a difference after going from that to this? Now you have two grandsons that are millionaires. Like, did you feel the difference? Did you feel that shift?
I'm gonna tell you, no, I didn't. I'm gonna tell you something. I didn't change. People changed towards me. I didn't change. I stayed the same. But people changed towards me. Because people said, oh, she gonna think she this, she gonna think she that. So I didn't change. I stayed myself. And even some of my church people told me, they said, oh, Mother David, they said, sister. I said, no, that's not me. I want to be happy. I want to be myself. So money didn't change me. I stayed myself, but it changed people that was around me
So
towards me.
yeah, so basically you're saying that a lot of people, so for me, for instance, so what happened when I got drafted, a lot of people started asking for money. A lot of people started wanting to be around me that never came around, right? So
Right.
I seen this shift in like the people around me. Like you're saying, like I went from this guy who was growing up in the Washington D.C. area, just this guy who happened to play football. Now I'm something different. And that's what I was seen as. And so all these different, the way people started to change made me a little uncomfortable.
Right.
So,
See, it
so
wasn't
it
you
just,
that changed, it was them that changed.
that's what you're saying, right? If people
Yes,
made you uncomfortable.
some did, uh-huh.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting the way that happens because we don't want that. We want people to stay normal. We want people the same. But then
Right.
when you step back, it's kind of like this is exciting to everyone. It's exciting
Uh-huh.
for them to be around people with money. It's exciting for them to be around people who are doing things that most people don't get a chance to do. So this life
Exactly.
that you have is really exciting. And it took me time to think about that. I'm like, why are people acting like this?
Mm-hmm. Because
Yeah.
he feel like you got the money. And, oh, they're going to try to be like this. They're going to try to be like that. Which you're not going to be like that. But that's the way they looking at it. Oh, he got money. Oh, man. He might have people. Oh, I know you going here. And I know you going to move here. You going to do this and do that. And I just be listening.
Wow. What was it like? Take me back even further. What was it like cleaning houses?
Well, it was just a natural thing. Cleaning, just getting up every morning, going every morning, doing it, getting off, coming home, help paying them bills, help taking care of your kids. Because when you have kids, you have to take care of them. They come first once you start to have them. So going there, clean them, and I had very good jobs, very good job. The one job there that I worked for years to give me my first car. They wanted to build me a home at Holy Cross Hospital, but I refused because I didn't want to feel obligated. That's what I'm saying. I don't jump for good things, nice things all the time. So, but it was really good. I cooked there, I cleaned there, I took the kids to school. I was just a full time maid there. So I had good jobs.
Were there ever were there ever any days where you just wanted to quit and give it all up?
No, because I had a job offered to me. The family that I was talking about, he was a doctor, pediatrician. They offered to pay for me to go to college to become a nurse. I said no. I liked this type of work because I was there by myself, nobody over me. Because when you work with a bunch of people, just talk going here and there, and always somebody you're not doing something right or whatever. But I liked this job because I was there by myself. I was my own boss. I got there mostly when I wanted, left when I wanted. So I refused to take the job, the nursing job.
Okay. And so you refused to take the nursing job. And What was like the most challenging part of cleaning houses, raising 7 grandkids, and doing that, waking up every day and repeating that each and every week? What was the most challenging part in all that? Was it the cleaning houses? Was it the raising kids? What was it?
Well, no. No, it wasn't. It wasn't. I didn't have none there. I loved you all. I love y'all. If I even at my age now, if I had to do it again, I would do it again for y'all because I loved you. So I did you, and you know what it give me something to get up every morning to look forward doing. Getting up, getting my grandkids off to school, getting to work, coming back home, picking up my grandkids, getting them home, cooking dinner for them. So I was happy with that. I
Mm-hmm.
was happy with it. So I don't think I had really no challenge and doing none of that.
Mm.
And you was good kids. You was good kids. So that really helped.
And what did hard work mean to you?
Well, hard work mean to me, if you don't do hard work, you don't make it. You don't get it. Because the word says, man that don't work shouldn't eat. Yeah. So hard work meant for me. I had this goal to set is to be happy. I wanted to see my kids happy. I wanted to see my grandkids happy. So it took hard work.
Why do you think so many people struggle with putting their best foot forward? Like there's a big there's a big that's a big deal. You know, for people, someone for a lot of people don't think about this, but for someone to get up and work extremely hard and give their very best, it's hard for some people. Why is that?
Because some people really don't want anything. Some people just want just enough to make it. And some people want to get further than just making it.
Mm-hmm.
So you got some people don't want to work at all. They just want expect for it to hang down to them and just give them to them. And it's not gonna happen when you find a person like that. They never has nothing because they're always waiting on somebody else to get in.
Mm. No, I know that's that. Yeah, you're right. It breaks my heart to know people like that because everyone has that in their family. You have people like yourself who wake up every single day and going to work and doing what most people try to do is easy for you. Well, it's not easy, but
Right,
it's something that gives you joy. You thrive in it, and people don't understand that. So, I
right.
applaud you for being able to do that. Um, when you took on your grandkids,
Hmm.
was that something you wanted to do, or was it something that just fell in your lap?
Well, I'm gonna be truthful with you. That I want to do it when the came to me. No, I want just want to take y'all. I wanted to see y'all grow up with your parents. So I didn't just want to take y'all like that. It wasn't like that I just took y'all. I wanted to take y'all. But what happened when it came to me, on me, I took your car. I didn't want to see y'all scattered here and there. Y'all was a family. Y'all was my grandkids. And what kept going through my mind, if you can stand up in church and say that you love Jesus and you never seen him, and tell him that I love you. How can you see your grandkids every day? And I said I had to do it. I had to take them because I said I can see them every day, but I'm gonna stand up and say, tell Jesus I love and never seen him, but see my grandkid and saying I love him. So I said I had to do it. So I took y'all in, and I did the best that I could for you all.
Yeah,
But then they wanted me to adopt y'all. And he told me, came here and talked to me and told me to give me $8,000 to adopt y'all a piece. I said, I don't want that money. They're my grandkids. I refused that money. And I could have used that money. I didn't need it because God supplied my need, but I could have used that money to help with y'all. And you know that. But I refused because y'all my grandkids. And I said, I love y'all. Money didn't come over y'all. Y'all came first with me. So when I refused the money, and I said, all right, my grandkid already got them, so why I need to adopt you? I won't want to adopt you.
What's the hardest part of being responsible for so many people? Not just your grandkids, but you're responsible for so many people. Even today, you still have your grandkids, your grandkids' kids, your which are your great grandkids.
Yes.
It's like
ATM.
you're repeating the whole thing over. Like what is it? What's the hardest part of being responsible for so many?
There's nothing being hard for to do. It's just love. If you got that true love in your heart, you can do it. You can do it. I love kids. I raised up taking care of kids. I love kids. I like to have kids around me. So I can't say it's hard taking care of kids when you love them. Mm-mm.
Love. So love is everything.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
How can someone who doesn't have love in their heart, how can they find it?
Whoa, that's a tough one right there. Now I feel, yeah, on that, that's a tough one there for me. I feel if you grow up with love, you have love. But if you don't grow up with it and grow up in a rough home, yeah, I feel your love can don't be as strong as the one that growed up in a love home. Yeah, that's a tough one right there.
So now, Gigi, I'll let that marinate. I'll let you think about it.
Okay,
I'll come back to it.
okay.
You've experienced more loss than anyone can imagine.
Yes.
How have you been able to survive that?
Talking to God, praying, crying. Yeah. Putting my trust in Him. Yeah. That's what I do. You have to trust. Being, yeah. And that's where I make it. Putting my trust, praying and crying, and I got through it. I ain't through it, but it gives me each day comes, it gives me a little more strength to deal with it than what the first day were.
And
But
how do you process grief? What's that like for you? That process.
it's not easy. Yeah, it's not easy. Yeah, I'm
And
telling you,
and you've in talking about children, not only children, but the young man we just spoke about, which is my brother. You lost him 2 years ago. What was that like for you?
boy, I know I'm thinking about him this morning coming down the steps. Yeah, it was hectic. It was hard. Because all of them that I lost was hard. Losing with my first son, lose him that was really really hard. I think I blanked out with him because the first death in the family, and then after him was my husband. So he was sick, so but I didn't think he would go as soon. And then see, and then 2 years later, your mother, which is my daughter, then after her, then her brother, and then after her, Vontae, then little Jack, and this all started falling on. And I just, like I thought I was gonna be sick and I asked to call the ambulance, but God pulled me through. I started praying. I just broke down and started praying and just I got up, right? Because I did thought I would have to go in, but I didn't. And I started praying because I had to reach over to him. I knew that he had all power to do all things. And when I started praying and praying and praying, and next thing I know, I was out. I was out. And when I woke up, I started thanking him and giving him all the honor and glory. Mm-hmm.
No, that's amazing. That's powerful, Gigi. And I know a lot of people call you Gigi. Now, Gigi, I'm looking at my watch right now. I know we're running out of time. So I'm gonna let you get back to your busy day. I know you got a lot of people to take care of, as you always do. Now, I'm gonna ask you that question. I'm gonna come back to that question. People who don't have love in their heart, how can they find it?
Through Christ Jesus, prayer, ask God, give it to him, strengthen the heart, and
There we
he'll
go.
do it. But you got to trust and believe. See, it's so many people, tell you this damn let you go. It's so many people holler God and Jesus, God and Jesus, God, but they never worship him or serve him. But a lot of them, when they fall in, who the hell on? Help me, Jesus. Help me. A lot of them. But when they up and can do what they can do, or go and serve him, worship him, they don't do it. But when they fall, first of all, they holler, help me, Jesus, I need you. So,
I can feel that. That just hit me right here. That just hit
yes,
me right here. Gigi, Adam
yes,
Davis, I want to say thank you so much for coming on to the Next Row Show. I'm sure a lot of people listening to this will be able to take a lot from it because you dropped some gems. You dropped a lot of knowledge, a lot of wisdom. And like we said before, wisdom is more powerful than education.
that's
And I
right.
really believe that. And I thank you. I thank you so much. So thank you for coming on the Next Row.
Thank you for having me. Enjoy speaking with you.
I appreciate you. Peace, Gigi.
Peace,
Peace.
peace,
Peace
peace,
and love.
peace and love, brother, son.
All
So
right,
bad,
Gigi.
Chris, I'm laughing.
I see you.
Okay,
Tell Savannah to hit that stop button.
right here.
Savannah, hit that stop button, girl.
Okay, okay. Let's see if I can do it.
Welcome back to the Next Row. Vernon Davis here, DeShon Hardy. And I just want to kind of reflect on the season and what it meant to me and just talk about a lot of the guests some of the guests that I had on here. It's been an amazing journey. I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world. And it's just kind of reflect and just talk about it.
Definitely, man. I thank you. It was fun, man. You know, shout out to Westwood One. You know, they did a good job with this, man, and Vernon did a great job jumping into this other space. You and your Michael Strahan ever, you know what I'm saying? But it was great. It was great. You got so much going on. You do so much. It was great to see, you know, you talk to people and bring your personality out. I think everybody enjoyed you as a host. Yeah, man, talk about your last episode, though, man. Like, how was that?
Yeah, the last episode was amazing. I mean, I think the last episode I had was with my grandmother.
Yeah.
And it's always wonderful when you have someone that you really know and someone you know really, really well. And that's my grandmother. She's like my best friend. She's my mentor. She's everything that I can think of. Like, she's been there since day one. And to be able to just talk to her, just get some of the knowledge and wisdom that she has was wonderful. And I'm sure a lot of people that will listen to that episode will be able to take a lot from it, because I'm gonna tell you, if you don't have wisdom, you have nothing. You have nothing. And I was talking to my grandmother, and she spoke about the difference between wisdom and education. Like, wisdom is better than education. Like, someone that's wise and have discernment, they'll make it a lot further than someone who's been educated.
For real. You know, you hear people all the time, you can be smart, but you don't have common sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like that in that space, you know? Like, but that's great, man. Like, the whole time you were smiling ear to ear, you know what I'm saying? You know, I get to see, like, this the love, you know, that you have for her. You're just smiling, and she's smiling. It was like a great, great moment. I can't wait for people to see that. You know, just hearing everything she was saying, like, you know, what did that make you feel like? This hearing how she grew up, how you know, her ethics and morals kind of bled into you. Like, what was your thoughts hearing those things again?
It felt great to hear it again. It's always, like I said, it's always, whenever I can take from her, I'll always take it. You know, I'll take it in. That's why I try to talk to her every day, because it makes me think back when I was a kid. When I was a kid, I was around like 5th, 6th grade. I used to walk across the street to the guy across the street, Mr. Ellington. He was one of the oldest guys on the block at the time. And I used to just sit there and just talk to him. I don't know why I did it. I don't know what gave me the motivation, or where did I get that maturity from, to be able to go over there and just sit down and talk to that old man. Because most kids my age are running up and down the street on their bikes, playing basketball, things of that nature. Now, I did that, but I also took time out of my day to sit there and talk to that older man.
Yeah, that was good. I mean, look, sometimes, that, like you said, that wisdom, you always been a sponge, right? That's what it was. You was being a sponge and just kind of soaking that up. Your grandma looked good too, man. Like she's still, kicking and screaming. Like that's a blessing to like really have that. You experience so much stuff in your life, so to have that strong foundation still there I know that feels amazing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, it does. It does. It's beautiful to have her still here.
Yeah.
Life is short. You're not losing a lot of close relatives. I found a new perspective, and just a newfound love for life in general, and that's what it's for. Death is a part of life. It's there so that it can grab our attention and we can get through life fully. And without it, we don't have anything. So being able to talk about certain things to her was just, like I said, it was just wonderful.
No, definitely. And you're the type of person, V, people don't know, like, you're going to pay this forward. Like, the wisdom and the knowledge that you have of life. I know a lot of guys, like, we always laugh, and the audience doesn't know. Like, Vernon is such a friendly person, very, very approachable. Like, we could be anywhere, and he stop and talk to anybody, you know what I'm saying, and listen and give advice. A lot of people aren't like that. A lot of professional athletes are not like that. What makes you like that? What made you want to be that person or kind of show that?
I just feel like, I don't know, I just feel like I'm an open book. So I'm an open book, and I'm always here. I feel like I've always felt like I was an entertainer, and I always felt like I was someone that people wanted to emulate, and just giving back. It's all just giving back. A smile, being able to laugh goes a long way, and people don't understand that. We go through so many different things in life where we have to deal with a lot of stuff. We have to deal with paying bills. We have to deal with just worrying about our kids, deal with health issues and all these different things. That stuff adds up. It's called trauma. Our body, our emotions record all that stuff. So when you laugh and you have fun, you smile, it takes you away from those different things, and it adds to you. It adds more life. It adds more tranquility to your overall well-being. So being able to do that that's what it's all about. I wake up every day with a smile, as the same way, like the same energy, like same enthusiasm. My coach once told me, he said, "Wake up every day with enthusiasm unknown to mankind."
Yeah.
That's how we have to approach this thing, man, because this thing is a marathon. It's not a sprint. We gotta make it. We gotta make it as far as we can, and the way we do that is by leaning on each other, learning, continuing to learn, continuing to surround ourselves with like-minded people, and bringing in that positive energy and out of that positive atmosphere.
No, definitely, man. And your book came out, working on your life story, and just learning everything you've been through in life. You were raised in Chocolate City, you know what I'm saying? Like, Southeast DC was like the murder capital of the world, and like to kind of go through what you went through in life with your mom and your siblings, and just life, the positivity that you have and that you exude onto other people is like, how the hell do you do it? You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you like suppress that and become who you are and the light that you are?
That's a good question. I don't know. I just I guess we take from people, like I was saying before, we take certain things from people, and it rubs on us. And I feel like I've taken a lot of who I am from my grandparents. Like that's who they are. They approach life. My grandmother's number one thing is people, how you treat people. She always say that. Be careful how you treat people. Always approach them with kindness, with love. It doesn't matter what someone does to you. You never know when you'll need that person. So always approach it and look at things from a different lens. Because people are quick to get angry, and they're quick to react out of anger. So she's totally against that. She's always supporting the people, and that's where that's how I approach life. I'm always big on that kind of stuff, and I just love life. I just love my time. I try not to live for yesterday. I try not to live for tomorrow. I just try to stay present in the moment and just hope for good things to come.
No, definitely. I mean, because it could have been the opposite, right? You coming from the murder capital of the world, you could have been like this guy that always, lived with anger, or that this could have just really, been pushing that on people, and then people may have thought, early on in your career you had like this anger and stuff, but I think it was just you playing with a chip, just having a chip on your shoulder. Listen, we are a product of our environments, right? So, early on in your career, you just had, you was a dog, you know what I'm saying? Like, but I think you had to mature as a man to understand. And again, like I said earlier, you're a sponge. So even the situation in San Fran where you had to like kind of understand the world around you, you adapted quickly. Talk about that really quick, like how you are able to adapt quickly from your surroundings in life and your experiences.
I feel like being able to adapt quickly is a tool that everyone should have, because you never know when you'll need that. I feel like we'll always need to know how to do that. And for me, like you said, growing up in Washington D.C., I had to maneuver and just find different things within the environment that I was in, as well as within myself. And I say that because you walk out of the house and you have 30 people hanging on the corner. You have people who are strung out on alcohol and drugs to the left at the liquor store. I was surrounded by all of those different things, but I beat the odds.
Yeah.
Like, beating the odds is growing up in an environment. And like, if you can survive in an environment like this, you can survive in any environment. It doesn't matter who's around you, where you are. You're going to always have the discipline and the know-how to be able to survive in that space. And that's what a lot of us lack. We don't know how to do that. You know what I mean? So a lot of times I can be in certain spaces and it won't affect me because I know who I am. I know what I stand for. I know that I have discipline. I know that I have I'm fully equipped with everything that I need to be able to get out of any situation that I find myself in that may look hard to someone else. And just like playing football, right? We navigate, we live, we learn, we go through certain things, but we might fall when we get back up. All the things that I took from being a child, I brought into my adult life, and I just kept getting better and better and better.
No, definitely. I mean, when you think about being a highly recruited guy out of high school, people don't know you was about to go to Florida, you about to go to Virginia, you about to go to different places, you ended back up Maryland, and they had the career that you did, leaving early, being drafted, top 5, well, this is number 6, right, in the draft, having a career you do it, and finally winning the championship. What year did you win the championship? Your 12th year?
My 12th year, and hold on. I won the championship in 2015 season?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my 10th
year?
Yeah.
So winning championship in your 10th year, and then people don't, you can still damn near play today if you really wanted to, like, because you're in shape. But and then transitioning into the entertainment space, doing movies with Bruce Willis and Morgan Freeman and all these people, it's like, do you ever sit back and just, because you're always on the move, right? And you're always striving for more. Do you ever just sit back and reflect and say, damn, look what I accomplished?
No, I never really did that. I never really sat back and said, look what I accomplished. I don't know why, but I live in a space where I don't feel like I did anything. I'm always searching for that one thing that I want. Like I just live, and like I said, I live in the moment, and I don't feel like I did. Sometimes football it seems like it was just a blur. I don't even feel like I did football sometimes. I know who I am, and I know what I stand for. I know I accomplished something, but I can't really see it. I can feel it, but I can't see it. And I guess because I'm always focused on that next thing that I'm after, whatever that is.
And why do you think that is? Because you're not the only person that have, after they have said that. Is it because, like, when you're younger and you're striving to get to the top, and then it's like when you get there, you feel like it's something else that you got to get? Like, what do you think it is?
I don't know. I think it's a form of not becoming complacent with what you've done and who you are. I just, I'm not quite sure, but I feel like it's something in it that's, I feel like it's a good thing. A lot of people may look at it as a bad thing, say you need to, because some people might say, hey, you need to look at what you've done, what you've created. I mean, you've done a lot of great things, but I don't see a lot of great things. I don't know why. I don't. I really don't. I always feel like maybe it's because I feel like tomorrow's always better than today. And if tomorrow's always if tomorrow's always going to be better than today, that means my best thing is yet to come. You know, that best thing has yet to come. I haven't gotten that best thing, that great thing yet.
And what's funny too, V, is like these the words that you're saying are so true, because when we're out or we're somewhere and somebody give you a compliment or compliment you, it's like you don't even know what to say. It's like why are you complimenting me? Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, like you still don't receive compliments. Like, you don't. It's like, why are you like do you like feel that sometimes?
Which part?
Like when you don't receive compliments, like you're like, somebody say, oh, you're so great. And you're like, oh yeah, I guess so. Like maybe. Like it's like you're like nonchalant, like you haven't done anything, and it's like, do you don't know how to receive compliments?
Maybe I don't. You might be right about that. I just thought about it. Maybe.
Because I wonder if it's a thing like you just don't feel like you accomplished what you want to accomplish yet. Is that what it is? You feel like you ain't accomplished what you want to accomplish yet?
Maybe, yeah. Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah. And now, do you know what that is?
Not necessarily.
Because and again, this is what the show is about, the next role, right? And people know you as football, now as an actor, but they don't know you as a businessman, as a philanthropist, as an artist, a painter. Like, you have so many different things that you have done that, people don't even get a chance to do one of those things in life. You know what I'm saying? And, real estate, like business, like you're an amazing business owner. I wish Roger Goodell can bring you in to the rookie symposium and talk to these rookies about what life is during and after football. Like, have you ever thought about, doing that?
I did. I did think about that, and I think that'll come at the right time, whenever it's meant for me to do that. Try to, there's so many other things that I want to do. Like you said, you talked about the acting and the producing and all that stuff, writing, and just becoming more familiar with the world of entertainment, of just like creativity, not entertainment, but just creativity from a producer, actor, and all that. I just want to learn all those different hats at some point. Just fully understand this world that I'm in. So I just try to just focus on that and just take it one day at a time, and just business stuff, just creating different business opportunities, different business avenues.
What's more exciting to you of learning? Because you love to learn. Like we be in meetings and you're just sitting there, and I'm like looking at you like, you listening? Because your brain is, it's going, because you're learning and you're like applying it already. Is it a better learning experience for you in the business world or the entertainment world?
I say it's a better learning experience for me in the entertainment world.
Okay.
'Cause I've been doing business more than entertainment, and just entertainment it's just, I mean, you can never stop learning in that space, man. It's so much to learn, but you got to keep your muscles sharp. And I try to do that with different material, like just creating skits and just working with my acting coach and things of that nature, and just talking to people like yourself, who's done. I mean, you've done some wonderful things too, from going from sports to football to what you've been able to do from writing, producing, directing, all those different things. And I remember my very first film was a film that I did with you called The Message from Brianna, which is on my wall. You know what I mean? It's right here. I mean, if you look right there, look at that. Message from Brianna, baby. Look at that.
I need to get that
We
poster.
did that. Yeah. we did that. That's going to be there forever. You know what I mean? You
Yeah.
create stuff like that, that's going to live forever, man. You know, I think I was watching Tubi the other day and it was on Tubi.
Yeah, I watched it. I watched it too. I was like, it's funny. People don't know, Vern. Like, we did that in the heart of COVID. You know what I'm saying? The heart of COVID. And I remember one day we had to stop filming because it was that incident that happened at the Wendy's. You know, with the guy and the police, and then there was helicopters all over. We was like, how the hell are we supposed to finish filming? But that was an experience, and I was nervous because, you know, as worldly and as diverse as you are, you're not a scary person. Like, things don't scare you. You don't believe in a lot of like different things. So I didn't know how you were going to act scared. You know what I'm saying? As this character, but you killed it, and man, like it took off from there. Like people couldn't believe that you can play this role, which is crazy. You know, and I know you get a lot of athletes hitting you up all the time about acting, how to get into it. Like, how are those conversations when people call you up, these athletes call you up and want to like kind of mirror your path?
Yeah, it always. I just tell them, man. I say they ask you how did I get into it? Let's make a movie. Let's do this. Let's do that. But they don't understand. Like, if you want to make a movie, you want to be an actor, you have to do the work. You have to learn the different things that you need to learn, because there's so much to learn to just be creating a character. You know, there's research. There's different things you have to look for clues of this character. Like, well, what is this character? Who is he? You know what I mean? There's all kinds of stuff that you do before you just jump into a character. You know, you just can't just get there and just be like, oh, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna act this. It don't work that way. It's a lot that goes into it, and I tell them that you got to do that work, man. Like, you know, I just give them like the real, like, you know what I mean. You don't want you don't want to start just by like just jumping in. You know, you don't make yourself look silly. You got to do the work, and that's what I did. I did the work before I jumped into anything, and I learned like the craft of just connecting emotionally and internally.
And you're still working now. You're still with your acting coaches and everything now, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I still work. We still do work. We would meet every Tuesday and Thursday.
Yeah, like it's like that's the one thing I always tell the press and I tell people about you is you approach acting like football. Like, you practice football, you train for football, you do the same thing for acting. Like, don't take anything for granted. And that's what I love about you as a person. You don't take things for granted. You act like you're a starving artist. You know what I'm saying? But you're, so successful, but you don't act like that. And I think that's a blessing. I think that's a character, like, attribute that you have that's amazing, because there's a lot of guys that I know, that we see that don't, take themselves a lot more serious than, not saying you don't. It's like, you understand the humble, you have eaten a lot of humble pie for whatever reason, but it wasn't fed to you. You fed it yourself. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Which is great. How do you stay so humble? Like what is that?
I don't know. Like I said, I guess my grandparents, man, what they instilled upon me since I was a kid. Like, just my grandma. I grew up. I didn't grow up with much. I know what it feels like to not have. You go into school, you always want a pair of Michael Jordans, but you can't have it. You want a fresh pair of jeans, you can't have it. So I know that feeling, like not being able to have something. Growing up, where we had to use the same grease. We poured the grease in the Folgers can, right? We used that same chicken and pork chop grease. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Just not having much. So I know what it feels like to be in that space. And when you know that feeling, you're always going to approach everything with humility, because you know that a lot of people are in the same shoes that you came from. But the thing that happened to me is that I had dreams, I had goals. I stayed, my character stayed grounded. My integrity was always grounded. Like, my discipline was there. All those little things that you need to be a great human being, I had it. Not only did I have that, also walked the narrow road, and I'm still walking that narrow road, the road less traveled, because that is the road that's going to allow you to be able to have longevity and to tap into different things that you want to do in life. And everyone, I've had some things happen to me in life, and we have to also understand, when you're grounded, you have good character, and everything is there that needs to be there. If someone takes from you, you're going to get back more. You know, there's no need or no reason to even go after what someone took from you, because all you're gonna do is get back more. You know, when you understand those different principles, and you just navigate through life and just understand that, hey, yeah, approach everything with humility.
Yeah, no, that's good, man. Listen, we all have emotions, right? And we all act on emotions sometimes, and sometimes that's the wrong, thing to do. I've done it, and it's like, you sit still and you kind of like, that's one of the things that I love about you, because your temperament, like, you don't get angry right away. Like, it's weird. Like, as big and strong and fast as you are, like, you would think you have a anger about you, and it's like you sit there like and you let it kind of simmer, which I love about you, because you sit still. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just sit still and you let it dissipate, and then you react, and that's a great thing, because sometimes that first reaction is going to get you in trouble. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what it is. How long did it take you to get to that space in life? Like, was it always there, or did it, like, you had to like kind of find yourself?
I think I had to find myself. I think it was always there. It was beneath the surface, but I'd have different elements take different things happen in order for me to really find what was there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like when you plant something and it grows, it has to hit the light in order to, has to find the sunlight. That plant or that tree has to find the sunlight to really catapult into what it really can become. But until it finds the sunlight, it can't really do what it needs to do. So that's kind of happening. That's how I like to think about it. I like trees, I like plants and things like that nature. If you go into my backyard, a lot of the trees that are in my backyard, I planted. Magnolia, I have magnolia trees, green giant, evergreens. So I kind of sit and I watch these trees grow. And then I look them up. I'll be like, okay, why is it growing like this? Why is this tree growing faster than the other one? And then it talks about the magnolia tree, how it's racing to find light. You plant it and then it races to find that light. But until it gets that light, it can't really sprout the way it needs to sprout.
No, that's dope. Yeah, I mean, your experiments. You got that bobcat you live with. Vernon has a bobcat.
I don't know where he at, man, but he's somewhere close. Wherever I am, he's gonna be there.
Yeah, it feels like just to see him kind of following your path.
It's actually surreal, man. It's crazy that here I am, just retired football like 6 years ago, and now my son's in college. Like, he's at the same university I went to. Like, for him to be able to like keep that legacy going, follow my footsteps, and just planting those seeds for the generation behind him, his kids, and just the next generation it's pretty cool, man. It's pretty cool to just follow this process and to witness it. It's dope. It's like, I mean, I couldn't pick a better moment to be here. Like this moment in time. Like I said, I got drafted. I played for the National Football League, but people might look at that like, man, this moment right here ain't no moment, but there will never be a moment better than this. But there's always a greater moment. And this moment, witnessing my son go to college and just find himself and figure it out. I mean, in the next 3 years, he could be in the NFL.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? His brother left in 3 years. My brother left in 3 years, his uncle. I left in 3 years after playing football and got drafted. Like, it could be the same for him. Like, it's just like, this is the greater moment. This moment is greater than me getting drafted and me playing in the NFL. There's no moment better than this.
Yeah. It's crazy because people don't know that, you and your brother Vontae drafted in the first round. It's only like 2 other brothers that ever did that. Mm-hmm. And like you said, now you're sending your son off to college and he's like this big time recruit. And it's like, how much as a former player, but also a dad, are you going to hover above him? You know what I'm saying? Are you going to let him kind of experience life, or are you going to be the dad that's like, hey, you can't do that. If you do this, like how hands-on are you going to be?
Oh, no, I just let him go. He 18 years old now, so I just let him go. I let him figure it out on his own. I don't get in the way. I let him figure it out. If he need advice, if he need anything, or if something happens, like he was on social media the other day and he had a straw in his mouth. You couldn't really see what it was, but he took a picture. You know, he like this with a straw in his mouth. You know, however they do their fingers with their pinky finger up and they like this, like, you know, I'm like, dude, you can't really tell what's in your mouth. Like, delete it. Like, when I talk to him about being accountable, being everything you do has to be of good nature, like your character, integrity, everything. That's not a good representation of you. Like, take the straw out your mouth, because I might know what it is, you know what it is, but everybody else watching might take it as like something else.
Right. Yeah.
You know, you gotta understand that. So I just correct him on certain things, but as far as how he lives his life and all that kind of stuff, I let him. I feel like I've done more than enough to really show him and educate him on how he's supposed to go throughout life. You know, just from how I act and just me talking to him and correcting him. So I just let him do his thing.
Are you going to be at the games, or are you going to be too nervous and have to watch it on TV?
Oh no, I'm at every game. I'm there.
You going to be there?
Oh yeah, I'm there, baby.
Are you going to be on the sideline? Or you going to be like in the skybox?
I'm gonna be in the skybox.
Okay. Now, is that a preference because you just get too into it, or you just rather be away from it?
Yeah, I just rather be away from it and just watch from afar.
Okay. Yeah. Now, that's going to be exciting. I can't wait to see what he's going to do. I know he's going to do big things. Your bloodline is crazy. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to the blessings, it's crazy. You know, when you see, like I said, you see the atmosphere that, you know, you have came up in, but to also see the blessings that has came from it. It's like, and then, you know, you got your son, you got your other kids that are very talented as well. And it's like, man, when people go through things, you never think that they see the light of the blessings that come with it too. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You know, you can look at one part, it's like, man, why is my life like this, or why? But you don't know what's on the other side. You know what I'm saying? Like when you were younger, coming up, did you think this is going to be the other side?
Nah, I didn't see none of this happen. I didn't see anything. I didn't see anything happening the way it's happening. It's just something that just took place, and it's awesome, man. It's amazing. Life is beautiful.
Yeah. Life is beautiful, man.
The way it unfolds and the way it happens, it's just cool.
Yeah. And, you know, life is short. Life is beautiful, but life is short. You know, your former teammate just passed away, and friends recently passed away, and it's like when you see these people that you know and have shared life with leave here, like, you know, what are some of your thoughts?
I'm like, man, it's people that leave and people pass. So I wish I can look at death the way I used to look at it, but I can't, man. It's just like death has become so normal to me now. Mm-hmm. It's like when someone passes, it's like it's almost as if I'm like, instead of getting upset and getting anxiety and overwhelmed, it's more of me like being grateful for what they've done, like their life mm-hmm. here. But I'm excited for where they're headed. Yeah, mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It's more of like a celebration than mm-hmm. Of like a getting sad kind of thing. It's like different now.
Yeah.
My brother and my sister, my brother died, then my sister died a month later. It took so much of me, man. It like caused me to take depression medication, and it put me in a space where I was just so messed up. I tell a story. I tell people, don't get like that. You don't want to mm-hmm. be in that space. You have to control how you feel. You have to control your feelings and your emotions, which is extremely hard. I know I can sit here and say that, but it's hard, man, to do that. Because I've mm-hmm. been through it. But now that I'm out of it, I can look at things from a different angle, and I can see that, and I can have understanding that I know what it is. Like, someone may be absent from their body, but they're still here through their energy. Mm-hmm. Like, you can't destroy energy. Energy's
right.
always be there. The hardest part about it, DeShon, is that we can't physically see them, mm-hmm. but they're there. You know right. what I mean? We're so used to living in this world where everything's we can touch, we can see, we can smell, we can feel. But then when we can't do those things, it's like, oh shucks, I can't do it. I can't do it. That's because we're human, right? But there's another chapter, there's another life that we can't see, touch, feel, or smell, but it's there. We just can't get to it. We just can't witness it here on Earth. But when our time is up, we'll understand. And I that's just my perspective and the way I see life now. And it's pretty interesting how that is. I mean, it's just, pretty interesting.
No, listen, everybody copes differently. Everybody handles it differently. And you have to be a person that can handle it because it happens so often, and as we get into the next stage of our lives, age-wise, like hitting our 40s is like we're in our second leg, we're middle age now. When I hear that, I'm like, the hell, But one of the things that I say to you as your partner, as your friend, sit back and reflect on and embrace what you have done, man. Not for yourself, but for others. You have done a lot for others. Like you have done a lot for me, for other people, and even yourself, your family, those that's not here with us any longer. You have done so much. One day you got to just sit down and just reflect and embrace the blessings that God has allowed you to bless others with. You know what I'm saying? And because you're on the go, you're doing so much. Like you said, you're still seeking, but don't forget everything that you have done and embrace who you are, because you're a great person. You have done so much, accomplished so much for circumstances that aren't a circumstance that people will accomplish things with. You didn't have all the tools to go, climb that mountain, but you did it. So, I say that to you, like, one day you really got to just embrace the things that you have done and who you have become. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want that to get lost in the sauce, lost in the mix.
Yeah.
With you chasing something else. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I appreciate that, man.
And then, man. So, lastly, man, tell everybody what's next for you. Like, I know you did Rock the Block, huge success. Got the book. What's next for Vernon Davis?
I think what's next for me is to continue to elevate in the spaces that I have, where I have passion, have joy, continue to just evolve. And I think that's in the space of film, television, and creating, writing, coming up with different ideas, as well as business, building different business opportunities, and just giving other people opportunities. I just gave my sister an opportunity to come into a situation. A lot of times people don't have access, and what I've been able to do is just give people who don't have the access to be able to build wealth.
Right.
And I've done that by creating SPVs and bringing them into cash flow opportunities, things that continue that creates cash flow, but also can potentially sell higher than it is now. So I've been able to do that. So that's been pretty cool, just doing stuff like that.
That's great, man. Any new books in the world of Vernon Davis coming soon? You can tell the second party. You have 2 lives, man. You know what I'm saying? Are you going to ever tell the second half of your life? I
know, man. I'm gonna have to create another book at some point, for sure. I'm gonna have to do that.
Yeah, definitely, man. Shout out to Henry, Mercedes, your team, Patrick. Was hoping to get Patrick on. You and Patrick have a special bond, college roommates. You know what I'm saying? Just kind of evolving. Patrick is the one that introduced me to you, and I appreciate Patrick. We laugh all the time. There's so many jokes when we get together. We got to get together soon. And again, look out for you and some new things. Any new movies coming out that you have?
Yeah, there's a film that I have. It's called Princess, that'll be coming out at some point. It's with Lucy Hale. I did that film in Arkansas about a month and a half, 2 months ago. So we filmed that. That's about to be in post-production. Well, it's probably it's in post production now. So I'm looking forward to seeing that film. I play an artist with his own studio.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's dope. That's dope. And you know, we got that project, More Than a Trainer, coming out in the next, you know, months, you know, in the future. And you have, I think it was Silt. Is it Silt?
Silk. Yeah, Silk. Yeah, I forgot about Silk. That you know more than I know, DeShon. God,
Yes, you
that.
got. Listen, I got to stay on top of it, man. You got a lot. Your businesses, you know, tell us about the restaurant you have down in DC, the pizzeria, and then the Italian restaurant, really quick.
Yeah. Big Tony's Pizzeria is a dive bar, stays open till like 3 a.m. That's a pretty cool spot. Everybody like to go to, especially after everything starts to wind down. They come there for drinks and food and great
Where's that
pizza. It's right there in Clarendon, Virginia. I mean, we got the best steak and cheese you ever taste in your life, man. No, you know, I'm not trying to put down Philly or anything like that, but I'm trying to tell you, man, these steak and cheeses are my boy. Then we got Scola pasta, quick service pasta, a fun business model that's also super yummy. It's really good. We have everything from pesto, capitalli to cacio pepe. I mean, you name it. It's really good, man. I advise y'all to check it out. It's really good.
Perfect. And one thing I want to see Vernon do in the near future, I think the next big project Vernon should do is a big comedy. You guys do a big comedy with one of who's a big comedian that you would love to do a comedy movie with?
Oh man, I'd love to do it. I think Terry Crews and I could do something really well together.
Oh yeah, that'd be dope.
Yeah, we'd be
You know,
funny. Yeah, we'd do some funny stuff.
Yeah, that'd be dope, man. Well, listen, the next role was amazing, a journey for me. You know, I appreciate you bringing me on to do this. This has been great. First season. Any last words you want to say about next role?
Yeah, I just want to say Next Row has been an amazing, incredible journey. I had an opportunity to really become inspired and become fans of the people that I interviewed. And that's why I did the show, because I knew that it would do more than just send a message, inspire people, but I could also be able to take from it as well, even though I'm conducting the interviews. But it's been an incredible journey, and it's something that I'll always take with me. I'll remember this for the rest of my life. I became friends with some awesome people, and yeah, that's about it.
Perfect. Again, thank you, Westfield One, for everything. Everybody listening, Apple, Spotify, YouTube channel, The Next Row Show on YouTube. Follow Vernon Davis on Instagram and Twitter. I think he's still on X. I'm DHardy 99 on Instagram. And yeah, man, look out for some cool stuff with Vernon and I coming out, and with Vernon himself. He's doing so many great things. So I appreciate it, and I hope you guys enjoyed the season, enjoyed this interview, and look out for these next couple interviews coming up. And we'll see you later.
Peace. All right, D, appreciate you.
Yeah, love you, man.
All right, love you too, brother.
Welcome to the next row.